Demon Souls is, first of all, a great game. Okay, I'm not taking anything away from Demon Souls. In terms of how it's made, the game itself. I realize that it's a prototype of what From Software was to make in the future. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they uh, expounded upon the idea of like a Souls game and the difficulty level and the bosses and everything. And I believe that they have made better games since Demon Souls, but I still have an appreciation for Demon Souls because it's like that raw um energy and talent that's in that game. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate Demon Souls. With that being said, it's not my favorite. And a big reason for that, I'm sorry, it's the bosses. A big reason for me not liking Demon Souls as much as their other games is because of the bosses. Some of them are really underwhelming, and some of them are just bad. I'm sorry, Alex. I'm sorry. But with that being said, there are some keepers. There are some really good boss fights. And, even in the early days, they were showing flashes of talent with how they make their bosses From Software. With, you know, bosses like Flame Lurker, False King Elan, the Penetrator. These are all great bosses. One more thing. Here's how I will be ranking these bosses. So for every game that I do a tier list for, from Demon Souls to Dark Souls 1 all the way to Elden Ring, um, it's going to be ranked on that own game's standards. What I mean by that is when I'm ranking a Demon Souls boss, I'm not taking into consideration, oh, but is this worse or is this better than Morgott from Elden Ring? Because that's a completely different game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not comparing the Demon Souls bosses to any other game's bosses. I'm just comparing it to other Demon Souls bosses. So when I'm talking about Demon Souls right now, today, we're we have Demon Souls standards in our mind, okay? When we go on to Dark Souls 1, um we're going to be thinking about Dark Souls 1's boss standards, okay? And then it's going to continue when we get to Elden Ring, it's going to be Elden Ring standards and so on and so forth and everything. What I'm going to take into consideration with every boss is um first of all, it's like design, how it looks, how it feels to play it. Um, its fighting mechanics, like its combos. Is it difficult? Is it like intuitive, where it's like fun to learn the boss, or is it just like, I kind of want to get past him. Its arena, its lore, its soundtrack. I'm gonna take all these things into consideration when ranking the boss. So a boss may be dog shit, when it comes to fighting it, but it could also look really cool, have really cool fucking lore, and have an epic soundtrack. And so all those things considered, it may not be an F tier boss just because it's a shit boss to fight. You know what I'm saying? But there will be some exceptions. Exceptions. Anyway, that's enough talking. All right, let's get right into it. Here we are. So these pictures aren't all, the best pictures. This is just a random tier list I found. Someone made it on Tier Maker. I'm not making my own fucking tier list. What do you expect me? The fuck? But I do recognize a lot of these. There's the Demon God or whatever the fuck. There's False King Alon. There's the Leechmonger. There's Tower Knight. There's the Stingray God or whatever. Let's get right into it. The first boss that you fight is the tutorial boss, but he's not included here. Technically, he's not like a real boss. He's kind of just like a person that's meant to kill you, and then you move on to the Nexus. But if you do kill him, you just end up dying a little bit later. Like you're supposed to die at that area. It's not really an actual boss fight. Um, I will say though, the Vanguard Demon, it's all right. He has like three moves. He's a big fat demon. He's cool looking. I'll probably rank him in like C tier. You know, there's nothing too special about him, but he's not he doesn't technically qualify as a boss. The first real boss you fight would be the Phalanx. Phalanx. How do you pronounce it? I don't even know. That'd be this guy right here. Phalanx. Phalanx. And okay. Should I do the ranking first or should I do my explanation first? Um, I'll do the ranking first. This is D tier. This first boss that you ever fight, the first real boss you fight in Demon Souls, is is not that good of a boss. Okay, I'll say it. Even for Demon Souls standards, it's really not that good of a fight because it has. Okay, I'll go through it. I'll go through it. It has a really like uninspired shit design. It's just a blob with a bunch of shields around it and a bunch of spears that they can poke you with or throw at you. All right? It's very uninspired and not very creative, you know? Second of all, it's, arena and it's lore and it's like I don't even remember the soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how forgettable this boss is. Like it's nothing special. You know what I'm saying? You fight him in a dark room. Um, that's it. And then finally, like the whole gimmick of the fight is that it's weak to fire. And throughout the level, you've been getting a bunch of fire bombs, a bunch of like fire like resin for your sword or whatever you're using, and you use all of those to kill the boss, right? So that makes the boss really easy. But what I will say is that I'm not a huge fan of gimmick bosses in general. I think gimmick bosses, when done right, could be some of the best bosses ever. But this is an example of a gimmick boss not done well. In terms of its actual like fighting mechanics, it has like two moves. One where it throws a spear at you, and then the other where if you get really close to it, it'll like lunge at you like with a spear. And then the more damage you do to it, it'll spawn like little blobs that will attack you individually. But if you just keep attacking it and kill it, then they all die. So it's like no point in really attacking those things. Um, I don't know. It's just like I'm just not a huge fan of it. I'll say it. I'll say it, dude. I'll say it. um, I will say it is. It does make sense. The reason why it's not F tier is because it does make sense to include like a really easy boss and forgettable boss, I guess, such as this at the beginning of the game because they're trying to introduce you to the whole like body form and like not body form version. And once you kill the boss, you discover that oh, I get my body form back once I kill bosses. That's very nice. And I get why they made it like really easy, but like they could have made it more memorable. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if it wasn't just a like a blob, it could have been like um I don't know, like they could have like made some sort of shape and had more than two moves. Like, come on now. It's just not fun to fight, and it's a gimmick fight which relies on items. So if either you like rushed to the boss, or maybe you just didn't pick up many items, or maybe you ran out of items, like you were using the resin and fire bombs and you ran out of fire stuff, that makes it all the harder to fight this boss without the fire stuff. So you get these fire things, and if you go through it all, then and you're still fighting this thing, it's going to be 10 times harder without the items. So you're going to have to go back and farm and grind until you get more fire items. So it's like that's also really annoying. That also takes away from the fight. It's just not a good fight. All right, I'll say it. Yeah, easy boss. Make it like the Mimic tier? Yeah, maybe. Like where it copies you. I was thinking maybe in order to make this fight better. Oh, geez, that's trippy to look at. Sorry. I was thinking in order to make this fight better, they like form like the blob would like make some sort of like humanoid shape. I'm not necessarily thinking like it copies a human or it copies your player. I'm thinking it like makes some sort of like big like blob Hulk thing and it like throws spears at you and it has like a shield and a spear and it's like trying to stab at you or something. Like a makeshift Tower Knight, like a blob Tower Knight that's trying to mimic the Tower Knight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head here. I don't know. Like if they made the fight not so reliant on fire as well, then it could have been a lot better. Yeah. I get what you mean, Alex. All right, moving on to the next boss that you'll likely encounter is the Tower Knight. Speaking of Tower Knight, I'll say it. Tower Knight is definitely one of the better bosses in this game. Uh, I think he's a little overrated, but for Demon Soul standards, he is a pretty good boss. Um, let's give the ranking. Now I'm a little conflicted because part of me wants to give him A tier, but then part of me wants to give him like high B tier. But I'm also thinking like for Demon Souls standards, this is a really good boss fight. You know what I'm saying? It looks really fucking cool. The arena is sick. The soundtrack is great. But the things that are holding it back is um first of all, the boss fight has ads, meaning there's like little guys around him that are trying to kill you as well. So it's like you have to worry about the ads before you fight him, which makes it kind of annoying. Second of all, once you get the gimmick, which is basically to knock him over and then attack his head, once you get the gimmick, it's kind of a really easy boss fight. Like, he looks really cool and intimidating, but once you get the gimmick of just attacking his ankles until he falls over, it's a little underwhelming. Like the visual is there, but the actual gameplay doesn't match the visuals. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna give Tower Knight B tier. It hurts to say because this is definitely one of the better bosses in Demon Souls, but I think I'm gonna give it like high B tier. Um, I think there's better bosses, and I'll get to A tier and what deserves to be there. You'll see what deserves to be there. Tower Knight, great boss, but like visually stunning. And I've always liked the concept of like David and Goliath, like you're David and you're fighting this huge hulking monster thing and it towers above you. Towers, get it? It towers above you and you're just looking up and it's like, holy fuck, how am I gonna take this thing down? And then you do. Like the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And when they do fall, it's so satisfying. But making the Tower Knight fall, it comes down to just picking at his ankles and then he'll eventually fall. It's not very fun cuz especially because he has a very limited move set when you are under him. He only has like two moves when you're actually attacking his legs and it's like the shield crash and like a stomp, you know? But when you're further away from him, like facing him, he has like so many more moves. Like his move set is actually he actually has a lot of moves, but you don't realize it because you're spending so much time within a certain range of him, like really up close. So he's only using the two close range moves he has, you know? So it's like it's kind of like fighting Fire Giant in Elden Ring, where he's just ginormous and he looks cool, but when it comes to actually fighting him, 9 times out of 10, the gameplay is just not gonna be very fun or satisfying. And like the gameplay is not gonna match the visual. Like with Fire Giant, a lot of the time you just end up, attacking his ankle over and over again. He does the same two or three moves because that's like the only close range moves he has and you just win because you memorize his entire you didn't even have to memorize his entire moveset. You just know his close range moveset, so you just pick that apart, you know? It's just I don't know, a design flaw that I've noticed a lot of the time with bigger bosses. So I think that's the main thing holding back Tower Knight. If he had more moves, or if he was a little more mobile, like if he could back up, like take a couple steps back and then slam his sword, if he had a move like that, that would make the fight way more difficult and way more unpredictable. After that, you discover in Demon Souls, after you kill the Tower Knight, you discover that you can't go past into further into Boletaria, so you gotta head back out. And the first place that you would naturally go, or at least I went, was to the mines because that's where you get a lot of different upgrade materials. Um, so the first boss you would fight in the mines, I think it would be the Armored Spider. Armored Spider, here it is. Or I think it's called Armored Demon. It's a spider demon thing. Um, uh, okay. let's start with the positives. Let's start with the positives. I'm gonna be very harsh. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be very harsh because I'm not a fan of Demon Souls bosses. But let's start with the positives. Spider bosses are usually really cool looking. Um, I'm sorry if you have arachnophobia, but I mean it's also playing on that fear, that natural fear of like, creepy crawlies, that natural fear that humans have that also kind of bolsters it in terms of its visual look. Spider bosses in these games always look really cool. Duke's Deer Frazier is one of the best bosses in Dark Souls too, and that's a spider boss. That's a great boss. And this is I wouldn't call this a great boss, but visually it looks really cool. It has like a red eye, and it does look like an armored spider. It looks very like shine. It looks like it has a very powerful exoskeleton. Um, but I'm gonna be honest, that's probably the limit of the positivity that I have to say about armored spider. It looks cool, and that's probably its only redeeming quality. The actual gameplay. First of all, what the fuck is its lore? Like, it's an armored demon, so it's just another demon, but it's a spider. Like, there's nothing really too special about it. His arena is dog shit. like, the arena is the gimmick. The arena is the gimmick. The fact that he it's first of all, it starts with this long, narrow hallway that he starts like shooting spider webs at you, and if he hits you with those spider webs, then you're fucked. You're definitely gonna get hit by his next attack, and and then when you actually get to him, he has one move. He has one melee move, and he just does it, spams it over and over again. And literally the entire fight is you walk up to him, you attack him like once or twice, and then you back up, wait for him to attack. So you dodge that, go back in, back, and then back up, and then and then back up, and then go back in, and it's just that. And until he does this weird oil spill attack where he, you know, just starts gushing oil all over the ground, and you have to run all the way back to the beginning of the boss arena, which is at the beginning of that long ass tunnel that he was shooting spider webs at you with, and then he lights the oil on fire, and if you didn't make it back in time, you're dead. So the entire boss fight is literally just a back and forth marathon. You're running a marathon fighting this boss, and it's so frustrating. It's it's not fun. I'm sorry, but whoever thought running was a good idea for a boss fight, just have 90% of the boss just have your character have to run. That's not fun. I'm sorry. Um and that's my main gripe with this boss is that the whole gameplay loop and the whole like fighting mechanics is just not fun. It's just not fun. All right? That's probably going to be my main gripe with a lot of these bosses or a lot of bosses that I don't like in general. If they're not fun, I'm not going to like it. Okay? And Armored Spider, it does have that one redeeming quality of looking fucking awesome. So it's gonna go into low D tier. I would say this is even worse than the Phalanx. But I don't know. This and the Phalanx, that I'd have to actually talk about that. This and the Phalanx are probably on the same level of S. But they're not completely F tier. We'll get to F tier. Don't even worry. So after Armored Spider, you can go to many different worlds at this point, but we'll go in order of the cave world. After Armored Spider would be Flame Lurker, and I'm pretty sure this is him. This is a really shitty picture because it's fucking overexposed. But that's whatever. Let's just get right to it. Flame Lurker. Flame Lurker is S tier. Flame Lurker is S tier. It's probably the first boss that you'll encounter in this game that is the most familiar to the Souls format that we know today. You know? In Demon Souls, there's so many gimmick bosses and so many bosses that are not of the Souls format, but this is the first one to really just be like, there's no gimmick. You know what I'm saying? There's no sort of like confusing arena that you have to traverse. There's no item that you can pick up and it'll just fucking defeat the boss in one shot. No. It's just a straight up fight. And thank God. Thank God, because at this point in the game, I was like, okay, is there really not any good bosses? But here we go. Shout out Tower Knight, though. That's a good boss. I shouldn't have said that. But here we go. Because Flame Lurker is a great boss fight. The arena is just filled with like this crackled magma obsidian look where it's like the ground is obsidian with like lines of lava through it. Really sick. The actual design of the Flame Lurker himself, he looks sick. He looks like a baby demon god, and he actually lives up to the hype of fighting like a demon god. You know what I'm saying? So that's awesome. Ugh, sorry. And really, I have no complaints about this fight. I actually maybe I have one. I get it. This is kind of just a nitpick because he has plenty of moves, but when it comes down to it, you fight him. He really only has like three moves. He jumps and attacks you. He'll run towards you and do a little combo, or he'll do like a slam or a grab move. Um, those are realistically his only three moves. And I get it. It was back in the day when they made Demon Souls like 2009, I think, 2010. This game came out, so maybe they weren't maybe they were short on time or they weren't spending all their time on Flame Lurker. I just wish he had a couple more moves to, spice it up a little bit. I don't think he's the best boss in Demon Souls, but he's definitely top three. I would say he's definitely top three. Um, you'll see what colleagues are in the S tier with him as well. But for now, he's S tier, easy. Lava on the floor. Yeah, that's also. I mean, it doesn't do a lot of damage, and I mean, not all of the floor is lava. Only like certain pits are here and there. But it is a little annoying. I get what you're saying. But it looks cool. Okay, it looks cool. All right, I'll take that trade off. So after this phenomenal boss fight that Demon Souls just had, you know what they follow it up with? A fucking terrible boss! A terrible boss! Just thinking about it gets me pissed. Oh my god. My blood pressure is up. Alright, thinking about fucking Demon God right now, this guy. Thinking about Demon God right now. Whew. Okay. I mean, shit. You were there, Alex. You were there. You were there seeing me struggle with Demon God. Okay. I mean, I need to stand up for this shit. Because, bro, it's not that I don't like difficult bosses, okay? It's not like I don't like difficult bosses. I like difficulty. I like a challenge and I like overcoming that challenge. But there's a difference there's a difference between, being fun because it's difficult, because it's challenging and finally getting over that hill and, accomplishing something. There's a difference between that and then making something artificially difficult. That's not fun. And then when you beat the boss, you're like, holy fuck, thank God it's over with. It's not a feeling of accomplishment you feel, it's a feeling of relief. Like the fact that you never have to fight that boss again. Like, oh my God, thank God I don't have to fight that boss again. That's not what you should be going for as a boss design idea. You shouldn't have to feel relief when you're done. It should be accomplishment when you're done. And that's the main gripe I have with this boss. There's so many other things wrong with it, but the main thing I have with this boss is that it is just so poorly designed. And I think the design is intentional. I'm pretty sure it's intentional. Because the whole gimmick is that it's a demon god. Don't get me wrong, visually, it is stunning. The cutscene is cool. The lore is interesting. His arena, while annoying to traverse, it looks cool. And he looks sick. But, and they've been hyping this guy up throughout the entire game up until this point. They've been hyping up a demon god this entire time. And I did fight demon god with the Wheel of Pain. I did. But listen, they've been hyping this guy up throughout the entire game up until this point, and to have him just be a gimmick fight where you just hide behind some pillars and shoot some ballistas at him, that's not hype. You've completely diminished any hype that he had going for him once you chose to make him that type of fight. And oh my god, is it fucking annoying. The fact that all you have to do to beat this guy is just hide behind a bunch of fucking pillars until you get to some crossbows that are conveniently there to shoot at him. Shoot him twice, and then you fucking hit his face until he just dies. Like, that's not fun! That's not fun. That is just not fun. Oh my god, so many just frustrate, and it's like, oh my god, oh my god. I got my blood pressure up again, bro. Thinking about this fucking guy. Yeah, I did. Put some respect on his name. What? Oh, it's Dragon God. My bad. Dragon God, Demon God. He doesn't even fucking fly, dude. He's not a dragon. Dragon God. Sorry. Dragon God is ass. I'm not putting any respect on his name. Okay. I did spend like 2 hours on it, and that Wheel of Pain was even more punishing. Oh my god. Yeah, they could have added a special. I mean, you're right. They could have added a special weapon to defeat the demon god, and it probably would have been a better fight. They added a special like Stormcaller sort of weapon, with the what's it called? Hold on. Sorry, I forgot the name. What's it called? Storm King. They added a special weapon for the Storm King. Like, why couldn't they have done the same thing for this guy? It would have made it a little more enjoyable. You could have the same type of arena where you hide behind pillars and then like you do like wind slices at him. That probably would have been more fun than just fucking relying on some arrows and then hitting his face until he just keels over, you know? This guy is F tier. I'm done talking about him, okay? The boss design, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong. It looks cool. The arena is sick. The lore, they were hyping him up throughout the game, but they immediately lost all of the redeeming qualities that they had by making him such an annoying fight. Like all of that goes out the window. Like all of that hype goes out the window and all of the visual coolness goes out the window once you make it such a terrible fight. F tier for Dragon God. I need to fucking take a sip of water after that. So the first guy you fight in the swamp is Leechmonger. This guy. I mean, it's just a bunch of leeches like climbing on top of each other to look like a monster. It kind of looks like plantains or bananas, just like piled on top of each other. It's kind of funny. Um, this guy, he's another gimmick fight he's another gimmick fight like the Phalanx where you have to use fire against it and he just fucking melts. You can also use magic and it just fucking, you know, just destroys him. But if you don't have either of those, this fight is hell. This fight is hell. If you're just a regular dude with a sword, you have to traverse this arena that you have to do like a platformer while trying to fucking dodge his banana attacks that are coming at you that'll definitely knock you off and kill you. And once you get down to him, you have to attack him and he has a bunch of little moves and then he has moves that can heal himself. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's ass. That's ass. Okay? It's like the game encourages you to cheese this guy. It encourages you to use magic or use fire to cheese this guy. Because if you don't, then it becomes the most frustrating fight ever. And it's like when a boss is encouraging you to cheese it, that's not good boss design. You know what I'm saying? It should be fun to fight this guy straight up, you know? But it's not. All right? And the boss run back is so ass. It's so ass. So if you die to this guy, you have to run through like the entire. I mean, you have to do that with every boss, but this boss run back in particular is so fucking bad. This guy might be another F tier. I think I have to think about it. I don't think he's F tier. He's not nearly as frustrating as Demon God because at least with Demon God they were like hyping him up and then it was just complete disappointment. At least with this guy it's like who the fuck is he? You know what I'm saying? And you can cheese him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like okay, you kind of get a pass because, you know, you get a pass into D tier because you look like bananas, okay? That's all. Who's next? Oh fuck. I think it is. I think this is yeah, Dirty Colossus. Yeah, I remember this guy. This guy was another pretty easy boss fight, but at least he was more interesting than Leechmonger. Um, I'm feeling, am I feeling generous with this one? Because he is actually pretty cool. He's actually kind of fun to fight. He shoots like flies at you. He has like a mini gun on his right arm of flies, and it's so cool. Um, but once you fight him straight up. He has like two or three melee moves. Um, he hits like a truck. And I like his design. His arena is like, it just looks like a dirty little swampy area. Um, but at least it isn't like a gimmick arena where you have to do fucking parkour around it or hide behind some fucking pillars. So I don't know. I mean, if you have a basic like non-memorable arena, that's somehow a plus in Demon Souls, I guess. That's somehow a good thing. Um, I'm feeling like B tier with this guy. This guy might be in terms of okay, because let's think. Because is he better than Tower Knight? In terms of fighting mechanics, he's definitely more fun to fight. But Tower Knight has the whole visuals going on for him. He looks way cooler, better lore, better soundtrack. Um, like Tower Knight has everything else going for him except for the combat. I think I would probably say because Tower Knight is more memorable and more iconic. Like you think of Demon Souls, probably one of the first things you think of is Tower Knight. I'd probably put him in B tier, but Tower Knight's better. What's going on? How you doing? That's good. You want to say hello to Chat Demon? Yeah, Chat's here. Oh, here. You're like, yeah. He has his opinions. What do you think about the tier list so far? Wait, come back, come back. I've only gotten like halfway through Demon Souls, so I'm doing the Demon Souls tier list tonight. I wish this fucking light overhead worked. So I have Flame Lurker in S tier. I have yeah. I was really considering putting Tower Knight in A tier, but I decided in the end to put him in B tier. Yeah, I think he's like a top five boss in Demon Souls. I would say iconic. Yeah. This is Dirty Colossus. I thought the fight last I fought him, he's less memorable and less iconic than Tower Knight, but it got okay. Here's what I'm saying. Uh, okay, maybe, but here's what I'm saying. It's one of the only fights where you just straight up fight a guy. What? What? You thought that the Iron Spider was actually a good fight? So you'd put Armored Spider in B tier? No, dude. No. The only thing the Armored Spider has going for it is that it looks pretty cool. All right? That's the only thing it has going for it. The arena is trash. He only has 3 moves and they're all based around the arena where you have to run a fucking marathon to fight this guy. It's so annoying. He has like one melee move, and all you have to do is like just get out of its range, and then go back, attack him a couple of times, and then get out of its range until he does that oil spill attack, and then you just run back to the beginning of the arena. Like the fighting mechanics, it's just not fun at all. You know what I'm saying? Like how could you? How could you? How could you? She is Mama Spider. I guess so. I don't know. All right, she's more interesting looking than most of them, but she is just a bad fight mechanically. And her arena's trash. What the fuck is her lore? You know, she's just another demon. Oh, let me get you on camera. All right, what were you gonna say? Well, everyone is weak to magic. Nah, I thought the only reason I'm putting him so high is because he's a normal fight. He's not, it's not really like a gimmick fight. You know, he doesn't have a really shitty arena that you have to like, hide behind some pillars to fight him. You don't have to do anything specific or like get a certain item to defeat him. He's just a straight up fight with like a few different moves. You know what I'm saying?
There isn't really a gimmick to him, I guess. So I
And
guess.
that's what I kind of liked about him, and I really liked how he looked too. Like
Oh, I thought that was the worst. I thought his design was shit. That's like the worst part
the
about him.
visual design.
Yeah,
Really? You
yeah,
didn't like how he looked? This guy with the fucking like little scarecrow head sticking out of him. He looks cool.
yeah. It just kind of looks like. I mean, I can't tell from. I gotta look in closer, but he's got a little penis head.
All right.
So far, I agree with most of these decisions.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah,
my only contention really is the Iron Spider, but that's it.
yeah. I think that's just a matter of like opinion. Um,
Next.
the NPC fight at the end of the swamp arena where I don't know why it's separated into two different people.
Yeah, it's the same fucking fight.
Yeah, it's the same fight, but we'll put them in the same tier. Same shit. Um, this is an ass fight.
It's
Uh,
like a D or a C for me.
I would probably put it D because it's an first of all, she summons an NPC, her like loyal knight, to fight for her.
He does have one of the coolest armors in the
He
game.
does look cool, but it's an NPC fight. And the whole like it's so frustrating to fight him because you walk up to him, he does a big swing, you just get out of range of that, and then you attack him once or twice.
Oh, you could also parry him.
You can also parry him, and you can also shoot some magic at him to completely just dismantle him. And
I've never done this myself. I think if you kill the girl before killing him, I think that beats him too. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. But I feel like he would catch up to you, like,
Oh yeah,
before
because
you'd even
I
kill
don't
her.
think he gets stuck in the swamp. So yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that would
mean,
be.
yeah, I don't blame. Honestly, I'm thinking like probably F or D.
Yeah, I
And
think it might be F because the arena is ass too, and she doesn't even fight you.
and she has ads with those ghoul guys with the
Yeah,
big
in the swamp.
yeah.
Yeah, that's and there's items in the swamp too to grab. So that's all annoying. Damn. This might be an F tier boss.
I think it might be
Holy shit, there's really no redeeming quality for this boss fight.
cool armor, but that's it.
Hitting the maiden boss. Basically, that's you hit a bitch until she dies.
Oh, she also kills herself.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, she kills herself.
Oh yeah, wait a
You
second.
don't even kill
This
her.
bitch just kills herself.
Okay,
That's
well.
kind of funny to be fair.
But that's a damn. So two of the like archdemons of the
Oh
game,
yeah,
they're like the
archdemons.
final demon of that area. Two of them are F tier.
I was thinking of Dragon Age when you said that.
Yeah. Two of them are F tier. That's not good. But whatever.
So if you're doing the prison, then that would be the doll lady.
Yes. Was that the first boss in the
I believe
prison?
so. Yeah.
So this bitch. Um.
She is another gimmick fight with an extra gimmick, if you believe it.
Oh yeah, she does have like a really shitty gimmick where you have to go outside of the boss arena and kill someone that's worshiping her,
Yeah,
or else she'll get revived.
I don't know if she's worshiping her, but yeah, if you don't kill that guy, if you don't kill that NPC or the ad, whatever you want to call it,
Hmm.
if you don't kill him, then she'll respawn after the boss fight, which is complete utter bullshit.
That's probably the worst gimmick they have in the entire game, other than Dragon God's
I
thing.
mean, she cute, but like
She's cute.
I don't
So
know.
D tier because she's at least a little cute.
I would say D tier. Like she,
I can't really think
I
of
don't
a.
really hate these bosses, but
Mm.
yeah, like it's kind of like
There a lot of them are really forgettable.
they are kind of forgettable. I will admit that.
Like if I wasn't looking at these pictures, I'd probably forget about most of the bosses.
I forgot about like the priest lady, yeah, the one with the knight.
Oh,
The one we
um,
just did. The one we just did.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. This one's ass.
I
She's a
remember.
baddie. Yeah, that's like her only redeeming quality. Oh, she does have a really nice arena. I don't know why, but for me personally, fighting bosses in churches is always just been so satisfying for me. I love the architecture and aesthetic and atmosphere of church boss fights. And fighting her in that arena was like with all of like the little church benches and like rolling through them. I don't know, that's just me. I would still probably put her in D tier. She's probably a better fight than Leechmonger.
Yeah, she's like a C or a D, but like that mechanic with the ad outside the boss
Yeah,
is
that completely ruins the fight.
like if take the ad part out of it, I would say she's
Like C?
like a C tier. But because of that ad, yeah, you probably should put her at a D.
Yeah. Now that I think about it though, I might put this guy at C. The Dirty Colossus.
Let's go.
Now that I think about it, because a lot of the things that I was praising other bosses for, he doesn't really have, like a cool arena. But I mean, honestly, I'm just happy that he's an actual fight and not some sort of gimmick. So,
Next one would be Manhunter, I believe, for
yeah, yeah, yeah. This guy.
Maneater. It's a dual fight, and is it the only dual fight in the game?
I think so.
Yeah, it's the first Dark Souls dual fight.
Yep.
It's ass.
It's ass.
It's ass.
Yeah.
I hate this fight.
I.
Its boss run back is dog shit. The fight is dog shit. They play the exact same. There's no cool mechanic or anything.
Oh yeah, they are like identical to each
Yeah,
other.
exactly identical.
There's not a difference between
Can
them.
you cut off their tails? Am I imagining that?
They had tails?
I
Oh,
think,
they did. You're right. They did.
yeah, yeah. I think you can cut off their tails.
Let's look. Maneater. Yeah, they had
Yeah,
serpent
yeah,
tails.
yeah. Because I swear you could cut off their tails, but oh look, first post. I can't beat the fucking man eater.
So this is a fight that you didn't like because it was just like ass to deal with.
It was just ass. It wasn't fun to fight. It's run by
Was it hard
bullshit.
when you first fought it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard. You can give it credit that it's hard, but not fun hard.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying earlier with who was it? I think it was maybe Dragon God. I was talking about this. There's a difference between being difficult and fun and artificially difficult, where it's just like, okay, they added this clearly just because they want to have like a difficulty spike during the fight, but it's not fun to deal with.
Oh yeah, yeah. I again, I don't know this for a fact, but I think the reason why it's a dual fight is because the fight by itself was kind of lame, and then Miyazaki was like, let's add two.
Yeah, just put two of them there, make it harder, and have a really shitty arena that you can just walk off at any point, or they could push you off at any point.
Yeah.
But they can't fall off. Oh, because they can fly. Somehow their little bat wings can support their fucking 500-pound body.
Would the fight be better though if the arena was better?
Yes,
Yeah, but by how much?
probably by like a half a tier better.
Yeah,
It
because
would be way less annoying because you have to fucking walk a tightrope while you fight these guys. The bridge is like this fucking thin.
Maneater, my first go-to is put him in F tier, but like, I don't know. Is he really worthy of F?
If you think he's so bad that he's worse than F
Yeah,
tier.
but is this like like when I think about these things, like, do I go with like my first gut feeling about him, or do I? Like, I'm trying to think. Does he truly deserve the F tier? Because this is
Cause
the worst of the worst tier.
yes, and I think
My opinion
Dragon
is.
God I think is the worst in the entire game.
I think my opinion of him is we need to make a tier below F tier and put Maneater. That is my opinion. I hate this boss with a passion.
Okay, I don't think he's that bad.
Okay, I'm
I don't
just.
think he's that bad. I think
Yeah,
you may have a bad memory with him.
I do have bad memories with him, but like,
'Cause I have bad memories with Dragon God. Figuring that out, that gimmick, and then just discovering that was the entire fight was terrible.
I thought Dragon God was just the situation with him was funny. That was my main
I was
thing.
not laughing.
I was laughing.
I think Dragon God is the worst boss in this game, but I could understand if someone said Man Eater. I'm not being forgiving. He's going in F.
Thank God.
He's going in F. So that's Man Eater. What was the last boss? Is it the monk?
The monk is the last one in the prison, and this is a unique mechanic that they've. I think this is the first time they tried. I mean, it's the first Dark Souls
Yeah,
game,
so it is.
or Souls game.
Mhm.
This is a mechanic, I believe. Yeah, it's the first time they did this. I don't think it came. Did it come back for Dark Souls?
The the
Or like a like I think the way the monk works is that it's supposed to be like a player
yeah,
controlling him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They did it for Dark Souls 3.
They did it for Dark Souls 2. They did it for Dark Souls 3.
Oh, and Dark Souls 2. I
Did
don't
they
know
do
if
it
they
for
did it for Dark
Bloodborne?
Souls 1. I don't think they did it for Bloodborne.
Yeah, I don't think they did it for Elden Ring either. But
No.
Yeah. So
But it is a really unique idea, but it just kind of sucks that Demon Souls is a 15-year-old game now and no one else is going to be controlling the monk and you have to
well,
be playing online.
in the remaster version, I bet there is, but
Oh, maybe in the remaster, yeah.
uh, so it's kind of hard to judge this fight because it's gonna be unique every single time you do it. If you play it online, if you don't play it online, the boss is easy as shit. It's
Yeah,
just an
it's an NPC
NPC.
boss.
It's an NPC fight. If you know how to fuck with an NPC, then it's not hard at all.
Yeah, NPC fights are really not that good. Um,
It's really hard to judge this one. Like, do we just judge it based off the NPC?
yeah, because I mean, I played it offline. We played it offline,
Yeah, that's right.
and
We got him first try, didn't we?
I got him first try on my
I mean,
stream,
in
I
our
think.
drunk playthrough, did we get him
Yeah,
first try? Yeah.
yeah. He's not a hard fight. He's just an NPC fight. NPC fights are really easy to cheese, and he's just I think isn't he like a naked guy with a beehive on his head? Like, what's the deal with him?
Yeah, he looks cool. I mean, he looks goofy, but he
Yeah.
looks like cool goofy. He's got cool lore.
He's just he does have cool lore. He's just kind of a forgettable fight.
He is really a forgettable fight, and he's supposed to be one of the archdemons.
I know he's an archdemon.
It's hard.
He's not F tier though. He is not F tier.
I would say maybe C.
I was thinking C or high D tier, but the thing is, like I think he's better than Phalanx because at least he could fight back, you know.
I mean, my opinion is that I still think Iron Spider should be in C, but
Mm-mm-mm.
so for old monk, I would probably just put him in. I don't know, maybe like a high C, I mean high D, low C.
I'd probably say like low C.
That is your thing at the end of the day.
Yeah. He's just kind of forgettable, but he's not entirely bad. it's just so funny when we talk about these things because when you say, "Oh, he's not all that bad,"
We're doing this in the context of
yeah, in the context of Demon Souls,
Demon
when you
Souls.
say he's not a bad fight, that's a good thing because it's like, holy shit, he could be so much worse.
Yeah, monk.
I think C tier is fine.
Yeah,
Low C tier. He's not better than Dirty Colossus, I don't think, or he's not on the level of Tower Knight. So next we have the so that was the prison area.
yeah. Next is the rainy area.
Yeah, Rainy Island.
Prisons.
So the first guy would be the Adjudicator.
The adjudicator is. I like the adjudicator. I'm not gonna lie.
To be honest, I don't think he's much of a boss fight.
What do you mean? He is a boss fight.
Like in terms of like the uniqueness of him, because he's like basically the same thing as the Vanguard Demon. You fight him when if you get on his level and fight him, he has like 3 or 4 different moves. But if you're using like magic against him, then he's
Oh.
the easiest fight in the world.
Oh yeah, you can just hit his bird and then
Yeah, and then he dies
essentially.
instantly.
Yeah.
You can't really do nothing about that.
I don't know. For a semi gimmick fight, I think he. I don't know. What would you call a boss like that? A semi mechanic or
Just really
semi.
easy. I don't know. I think exploitable.
For a boss like that, I would say probably me personally B or C.
I think C tier is fair. I think he might be the best boss in C tier though. I think I'd probably put
Yeah,
him high
best
C
boss
tier.
in C tier at the very least.
Yeah. Honestly, I just don't really have much to say about him. He's another one of those bosses that isn't very memorable.
I
Um,
mean, that's a lot of the bosses.
right.
Next would be the blind guy, and I hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a total gimmick fight. You need to use that. I've never beaten him without the ring. I
The
don't know if
Thief's
you
Ring?
can beat him without the ring. You probably can.
Yeah, there's always someone out there who can beat him without the Thief's Ring.
I've never beaten him
What do
without
you
the
think about him,
Thief's ring
Alex?
because his boss run is so
This
shit.
guy, what is his name? The Hero or something?
Lost Hero or something? Forgotten Hero?
Yeah, maybe it was Forgotten Hero.
He's gotta be a hero.
Old Hero. Yeah, Old Hero. Demons. Oh, Jesus Christ. Demon Souls. Yeah, this guy. Oh,
Yeah.
apparently this is what he looks like.
Oh, that's what he looks like in the original game?
He has black hair. Wow. But yeah, you need the Thief's Ring in order to even be able to fight him. And then you just like kind of creep. You just tippy toe around him, hit him in his back a couple times, and then he fucking died.
Another like gimmick fight.
He's very much a gimmick. It like
And he
relies
is,
on the
in my
gimmick.
opinion, worst run back in the whole game.
Worst. That's a good take. That's a good take
The
because
worst run back in the whole game, if you ask me, is
yeah,
this guy.
he has the worst boss run back.
Because that Dark World thing for his run back, or what is it called?
Oh, where it spawns more enemies
Yeah,
the more you die. Yeah.
this is the worst one.
Yeah,
There's
Demon
no.
Souls was so punishing when you died. It's the most punishing game when you
I
die.
know.
It was so frustrating. Um, I like his design. I think he looks
Yeah,
really
I
cool.
think he looks fine.
I would probably put him in. He's not the worst. He's not the worst. It's just that his gimmick is bad.
I don't. I'd go with D with him
D,
personally.
yeah, he's yeah. I wouldn't put him
F
in
for
F.
his run back, but like if you want to be charitable just to his boss fight by itself, I'd say D.
I mean, I'm thinking in terms of his boss fight, he's definitely better than Man Eaters, and he's definitely more fun and like at least more entertaining than someone like Man Eaters. Um, so I would put him in like low D tier.
Yeah.
I'd probably put him in the last of D tier.
Next is the absolute gimmick fight.
Mmm. Yeah, the original Stormcaller. So, what do you think?
I'd C.
C?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gimmick fight. Just put him in C.
yeah.
He's not hard. He's not.
He's not hard. He's not really memorable, but I will say
He's enjoyable.
visually it's really nice
Yeah, visually it looks kind of
with
cool.
the storm and you're fighting him in the rain. A big ass stingray flying through the sky is pretty cool, but he only has like two attacks and he has a bunch of ads. It's
Yeah.
really annoying. Um, lore wise, I mean, all of the archdemons have really cool lore, so I mean, he has really cool lore. He's probably the best archdemon. Archdemons.
Archdemons.
Old
Old
Monk,
Monk.
Dragon God, Maiden Estrella, Storm King, and False King Alan. Okay.
Alright, so.
So Tower Knight's not. Oh, if it's False King. Okay, False King Alan. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
easily
he's
the
probably
best.
the best one.
But he's the final boss, so that makes sense.
Well, technically.
Whatever. um.
Okay, dude.
So I'm putting him C tier. I probably put him here.
I just put him in C tier, bro.
Probably put him like right. I'd probably maybe say he's the best in C tier. Because I just really like the visuals of the fight. I like how epic it is. Um, if this fight was anything like the Dragon God fight, or if the Dragon God fight was anything like this fight, like where if it was like a lot more epic,
Like
because
it's more fun to fight.
yeah, 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 basically, if you gave a gimmick weapon in Dragon God's arena, like a wind thing, I feel like that fight would be so much more fun, right? Like if you made him into like Reichardt's boss fight, sort of. Remember Reichart from Elden Ring?
Yeah.
If you made it kind of like that, instead of just hiding behind a bunch of pillars, that would be just so much more fun. But that's my take.
Me personally, I'd put Adjudicator in front of him, but fair. Like I can accept this.
Yeah. All right, and we move on to the final three bosses of the game.
Peak.
Peak.
We got Penetrator, an actual good fight.
Love the name. And he looks so cool. Demon Souls Penetrator. He looks cool as fuck. He's like the first guy um he's like the first guy to start that gimmick of in the FromSoft games where it's like, oh, just a dude in armor. That's the boss fight.
I thought you were gonna say he was the first guy to like do a charge move and then go halfway across the map.
No, but that's also true. But yeah, 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 that's true. His intro cutscene is sick where he stabs that fat guy in the back.
Yeah, that
Um,
guy.
his arena's fine. But his move set and his actual fight, it's I would say it's probably better than Flame Lurker. I think this fight is an S tier fight.
I don't know if I can say he's better than Flame Lurker, but I can understand if you put him in. Like I would give him like an A or
Like he
S.
looks so fucking cool. His armor is so sick. His sword is so fucking cool. The way he fights, so fucking cool.
I mean, he's just a straight up boss fight. There's no gimmick to him at all.
Yeah, that's what I love about him.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but this is just Dark Souls 2, Demon Souls standards.
Yeah, Demon Souls standards. Yeah, obviously, if this was a fight in Elden Ring, it'd probably be a C tier fight. But in Demon Souls standards, this is an S tier fight.
Yeah.
Bang.
Now we have Old King Alon, and I feel like we might disagree on this one.
Okay. Well, what's your take?
Well, first you go do yours.
I think he's the best fight in the game. I think False King Alon, um, he's the most versatile boss in the game. He has the most depth for with his moveset. And with him being the final boss, it's so fitting to just have just like a straight up fight with him. There's no gimmick, which is so satisfying. There's no puzzle you have to solve. There's no item you have to use, and you just fight him straight up. And he's so much fun to fight. He's super mobile. It's not like he's a slow knight or anything. Super mobile. And he's just a lot of fun to fight. It's a lot of fun to learn his moveset, and it's like the first time you fight an actual human. Or no, it's not, but an actual human that puts up a fight. So I really like it. What do you think?
I agree with everything you say. I think he's a great fight. The reason why I don't think he deserves S tier is because of that one move.
The one move?
The one move.
What's that one move?
Where if he grabs you, he takes away like a level point.
Mmm. I never got grabbed with that.
I think it's a terrible fucking mechanic, and I'm glad it never came back. But I think that is an absolute bullshit mechanic. It's should never have been put in the game. For that reason alone, I think he deserves A tier, not an S. But that's just
Wow.
my opinion.
What? So even though he's a boss with the most depth in the game in terms of his move set, his lore, his soundtrack, and his arena looks cool. They've been hyping him up throughout the entire game. They actually live up to the hype.
Yep,
Even with all of that, you'd still give him A tier.
A tier.
Even compared to the Penetrator and Flame Lurker, Flame Lurker only has like three moves.
I'm just saying, it's that one move that gets me.
I disagree. I think he's an S tier
Well, yeah,
boss.
it's your
And
tier.
I've never been hit with that move, so I don't have the same grudge that you hold against it. So I don't know.
I don't know if grudge is the right word, but sure.
You definitely have something against that
I
move.
do have something against that move. You can say that again.
Oh, he's talking about this. This is a true human boss. Yeah, he's talking about that dude who drops that really good weapon.
Yeah, I know exactly who he's talking about. I don't know why he's not even on this list, but
He technically doesn't count.
I know he doesn't count, but that was a good one, even though it's just NPC with a fuck ton of health.
Yeah, I'm putting False King Alon in S tier, and True King Alon.
Best fight in the game, brother. Best fight in the game.
Technically, he's a boss, but
Oh, he's absolutely. I mean, it's literally meant to be a joke. I think.
yeah, it's supposed to be like, oh, you're supposed to feel sad because you're killing this, helpless thing, and
I don't
it's
even
like,
think it's that. I think it just like here's the real king. He's a slug now. Look how
yeah,
he's pathetic. Look at this.
yeah, yeah,
He
uh,
gave up his whole kingdom and now he's a slug. Look at him. He's
mm-hmm,
pathetic. Pity him.
yeah, pity him. And
I pity the fool.
honestly, I think is F tier. Is that too harsh?
I think it is a bit harsh to give him an F tier, but
Dude, but like, what is the fight? Like, where is the fight? Is this like people don't even consider this a boss fight? I don't consider it a boss fight. He just has a
Jesus.
health bar for some reason.
Okay, I can understand putting him F tier. I can agree with that.
Where would you put him?
Probably D tier just because it's like a joke, but I think it's understandable to put him in F tier because I don't know.
Hmm.
I think okay.
I'm looking at this list now. We don't have anything in A tier.
Well, yeah,
Well, I don't have anything in A tier. Is that fair?
yeah. I mean, of course it's fair. You don't have to put one in A tier if you don't want to.
That's true. But like in my mind, going from something like Storm King or Tower Knight, and then going to a boss like Flame Lurker, it's like such a jump in quality that it's like, would you really put Flame Lurker in A tier? No.
Well, a lot of these guys have a shitty mechanic that no one likes.
Right, and that's what puts them into D or F tier, right? But very few of them are like straight up fights, and if they are, a lot of them are just kind of forgettable. But the ones that are actually memorable and well designed, it's like such a rarity in this game, they have to be S tier. You know? It's like hard to justify anything in A tier because if you're gonna put something in A tier, it's probably S tier anyway because it's such a rarity. I don't know. I think this is my list, and I would probably put him just because he's easy. I don't think he's as bad. Or how would I? Yeah, best is to the left, right?
Yeah, best is to the left.
So then this would actually be how I would do it. The fuck over here.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is the final Demon Souls tier list. This is Nick's Demon Souls tier list. All right. So if you got a problem with it, you can write it up with me. All right, I'm gonna end stream.
So I'm out.
Bye.